I was like, oh, you really tried it. You really did.
I'm Lisette Palomo. Sorry. Okay, I'm ready to go.
And in spirit of Halloween being this
Thursday. Yes, ma'am.
we're going to tell spooky stories, but I think Lisette had a little song she wanted to sing for us first.
Did I? Okay, wait, let me
I don't know, you tried to when I hit go, so.
Well, I was ready. I was counting off and I was ready to go, but now that we've stopped and acknowledged the fact that I'm going to sing a song, it seems like there's a lot of pressure. Can you sing it with me?
No.
It's a lot of S words, it's a lot of alliteration that's going to make me trip up, but I'll try. No, it's not coming out now because I know what's happening. Let's see. Spooky.
You were so ready for it.
Spooky, scary skeletons send shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul. Seal your doom tonight. That's all I wanted to do. We could have started with that, but you wanted to.
I didn't think you were serious. I thought you also recognized that was a bad idea. I was wrong.
I just got called out on camera and on the radio.
On the radio?
On the radio?
So now that we've spent a minute going over our intro.
As we should.
Is that your new catchphrase?
I've been saying that, but sure. Spooky stories. Who wants to start?
Someone's getting a little sassy with me today for someone who hasn't been on the show.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
Attitude.
Because I was here 2 weeks ago and I was like, I'll be here next week. And then I was a liar, apparently, because I was not here last week. But that is
only been on the Lisette and Jenna show once. So this is the Jenna show plus guest.
This is my second time on the show. Thank you for having me.
It is October. It is the end of October. We started in August.
I have been a busy bee. I wasn't planning on missing. This was a commitment that I was willing to make, but then things happen. Life happens. I am just as shocked as you are. Okay. Anyway.
These are lies.
I will be here for the next 2 shows, and then I'm going to have to miss one in 2-3 weeks, and then I'll be back. I'm sorry to disappoint you.
You hear this just canceling already.
No, it's me giving you a heads up so that this time, you're better prepared for me not being here, for my presence to be, well, it's not going to be present, for me to be absent. Anyways, spooky stories. You go first. What you got?
No, you go first.
Okay.
I'm mad at you.
Okay, I go first. Let's see. There was one time when my little brother and I were home alone, and my mom was stuck in traffic on our way back from Brooklyn. And usually whenever I'm home alone with my little brother, he's usually in the living room watching TV, and I'll be in my room, which is on the second floor, doing whatever, watching TV or whatever. And I was just chilling, watching Netflix, whatever I was watching, and I hear my little brother screaming, yelling my name in panic and sprinting up the stairs. And he runs in and starts hysterically crying and shaking. And I was like, what happened? And he was like, somebody's knocking on the door. And I was like, okay. All you have to say is that somebody's knocking on the door. He's like, no, somebody's banging on the door. And I was like, so then usually what I do is I have a window in my room that looks out in front of the house. So I was trying to see who was outside. And I didn't see anyone. So then I was like, Diego, are you sure you heard it? It wasn't from the TV or whatever. It wasn't the dogs or whatever it may be. So then I go downstairs, and as I'm going down the stairs, I hear banging, really, really hard banging on the door. I freaked out too. I don't remember how old I was, but I freaked out too. And then the fact that my little brother was freaking out, freaked me out. So then we went into my room and shut the door and brought the dogs in too. And the dogs started barking. When the dogs bark, that's how you know something's wrong.
Yeah.
Because our dogs are... our dogs. I'm sorry. Yep. Our dogs. They like people. So they're not aggressive dogs. So when they bark in panic like that, something's up. So I shut the door, locked the door, whatever, and I call my mom, and she's like, "Oh, it should be fine. Just stay in your room." And then I guess my mom called my aunt, and my aunt lived about 5 minutes away. But yeah, the banging continued. We didn't know where it was coming from. When I looked outside, the way the window's positioned, I can't see who's at the front door, but for the most part, I can see the rest of the yard. There's just a blind spot where the front door is. So we hear banging, and our dogs are going crazy. Now I start crying because I'm freaking out. And then the banging stops for like a minute or two, and then we hear a knock on the door. And of course, we're still not going to open it. And then I get a phone call from my aunt, and she's like, oh, like, it's just me, come open the door. So we go downstairs, and we were like explaining to her that there was banging on the door. We don't know where it came from, blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, yeah, when I pulled up, a red car drove away. And Diego and I lost it. I was like, excuse me? A red car did what now? And to this day, we have no idea who it was, what happened. Like, thank God my aunt lived so close. But, like, after that, I couldn't stay home alone for a while. Like, that was so scary. Because, no. Because that's, like, real life scary. That's not, like, ghost scary. You know what I mean?
Oh, look, it's Carly.
Oh, my God. Do you want to come join us? Carly's going to join us. Okay. But, yeah, that's one scary story that makes me so uncomfortable. But, yeah.
The door's not locked, is it?
I don't think so. We're actually going to have a guest come in.
She's gonna sit in on our talk show.
Yes, hello, Carly. How are you?
Good.
Please feel free and sit down. Join us. We're telling scary stories like that have happened to us.
I have a scary
Oh,
story.
Lorraine,
for
turn
you.
on your mic.
Oh, this is exciting.
Is everybody ready for my
There
scary
you
story?
go.
Oh, whenever
Go for
you
it.
are.
It was a dark and stormy night.
Is this a true event?
Oh, it's a true story. It's a true story.
Okay, cool. I'm ready.
When I say dark and stormy, I mean pretty moderate out.
Okay.
When I say a night, I mean last night.
Oh.
Oh,
Recent spookiness.
events
So
in the spooky season.
me and my friends go to Mirage. We're just going for a light snack. It's
Mhm.
about 10 p.m.
Okay.
I sit down and we notice that it is Mirage karaoke night. Oh, spooky.
Oh my God.
It's karaoke night.
Okay.
We decide to sing a couple diddles,
As you should.
as we should. It's just us and another family.
It's a great
Yes,
crowd.
yes, a great crowd, really. My two friends write down their names and decide to sing a song. And I'm like, oh, if they can do it, I'll do it. We're all in this together. I'm going to sing a song too. They get on the mic. They sing a beautiful ballad. Turns out they can actually sing.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
Yes, we
yep.
love that. Talented friends.
They're fabulous,
Okay.
actually. Had a tear in my eye. They sang Part of Your World from Little Mermaid.
Okay.
Next thing I know, it's my turn to get up. Only person in the restaurant who can't sing, apparently. The other family is literally a musical prodigy. Like, it's fine.
Okay.
So, spookiest part of all, the karaoke man goes, next up is Carly singing Truth Hurts by Lizzo.
Oh no.
And how did that go for you?
Oh, I performed.
As you should.
I follow through on my mistakes is the problem.
Is there a video of this somewhere?
There's small snippets on Snapchat. So the best part is, I'm in the middle of like breaking it down. About the part where it's like, I'm gonna hit you back in a minute, kid from my class walks by and I'm like, he's in my class. We love doing stupid things on North Ave so people can see.
Yes, I really admire you for that.
So that is my scary story about how I embarrassed myself
In
front of a restaurant.
That gave me chills. Honestly, I was on the edge of my seat. I didn't know what was gonna happen next.
Exactly. The true spookiness.
The true spookiness. Oh, we're getting live footage now.
Live footage.
Oh, I want to see this.
Yeah.
Oh, can I just click
Yeah,
there?
just click there. Just click there.
All right. The sound is on, everyone.
I hope you can hear it. Yeah, that's them being good.
This is them being good.
Oh,
Oh, wow. they
Yeah.
can sing. You hear those runs?
Yeah, they had runs.
Wait.
Oh my.
Whole restaurant was loving me
You know what I really admire? That
that I did it.
obviously. Also that the restaurant was empty. You
Like
hear
I said, just us and a family.
You hear the echoes of you singing in the restaurant.
It's true. My voice was so loud and amplified from the empty
The
restaurant.
acoustics are beautiful. I
It's
really
true. I'll be there
appreciate
every Thursday.
it. Okay.
Every Thursday night, catch me singing a different song. They have Barbie Girl. I was really trying to get that one going, but needed
If
a
you
partner.
want, I can be that partner for you.
Do you want to be my Ken?
I will always be your Ken.
Oh.
Oh my god, a moment that just was shared here on almost national television. This is not.
Did I ever tell you about my senior year of high school?
You didn't. The whole thing about the whole scene.
The whole senior year from start to finish. No. So I danced for 15 years, and it's kind of like a tradition
Wait,
that
what did you just say?
I danced for 15 years.
What kind of dance?
I did jazz,
Why didn't I know
tap,
this about
ballet,
you?
and
No,
modern.
either.
Wait, you didn't know this? I've never told you this story.
I had no idea
Carly.
you danced.
Yes, no, I danced for 15 years. I was like really into it.
Whoa.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Girl of many talents.
Oh, we love
So
to see it.
it's like a tradition that the seniors do like a senior solo. So there's 3 seniors this year. They all do like a nice, beautiful, contemporary, like emotional number, you know, trials and tribulations, made it to senior year, like they're having their moment. What song did I choose but Barbie Girl?
And you did an interpretive dance to Barbie Girl.
I did a whole choreographed like number. It was really fun. But it was just funny. Because I got to pick my own costume. I got myself a blonde wig to wear.
As you should.
My dance teacher gave me a quick change specifically so I couldn't wear the wig because she didn't know how to tell me no.
Okay.
But you know, I figured out how to get it on in time.
Of course you did.
You ever put on a wig in like a 2-minute span
No.
and like you're gonna be turning and stuff? Like that thing did not move.
I've never put on a wig in my life.
Oh, well, I did. And I got a Ken to do it. My friend Mike, I was like, Mike, like, will you be my Ken? He was like, wait, out of everybody, like, I was your first choice. And I was like, yeah, like, I feel like you kind of look like Ken. Like, I feel like you'd be a good choice. He was like, I'm so honored. Like, of course I'll be your Ken.
I love that.
So dress rehearsal rolls around and I'm on Snapchat that morning, you know, getting ready, doing my makeup.
Mm-hmm.
I see pictures of Mike in the hospital. And I'm like, oh my God, like, what's going on? So I texted him. I was like, oh my God, are you okay? He was like, yeah, like, I meant to tell you last night, but like, I got hit by a truck last night. I know. I was just like, oh my God. He was like, yeah, like, I'll try to make it. I was like, no, like, stay in the hospital. He was like, yeah, I'm about to get discharged. Like, they don't think I have a concussion. He was like, just like a lot of like bruises.
Well, first off, I'm very happy that he only came out with bruises.
Yeah, no,
getting hit by a truck.
it was a big truck too.
I also really appreciate that he felt that it was just so nonchalant for him to be like, yeah, I meant to tell you
He
last
was like,
night, you know, ran into something. Happened to be a truck.
Ran into a truck.
But I'll still try and make it.
Let
I'll
me
you
find
know.
a picture of his car because, like, when I say the boy got hit by a truck, the boy got decked by this truck.
But didn't you also get decked by like a 16-wheeler and you walked out with a scratch?
I went under it. That was a me thing.
You did what?
She hydroplaned under like a 16-wheeler.
I love that you're laughing. Like, oh yeah. Like,
Wait, like actually?
oh my God, yeah, I totaled my car.
Yeah.
And then I went to the gym that night.
It's not funny. It wasn't funny at the time. At the time, I was
Okay,
like,
I
peeing
texted
my
so many
pants.
people and I was like, oh my God, guys, like, I almost died. I was like, Carly, stop being over dramatic. I sent them a picture of my car and they were like, oh my God, are you okay?
I
Wait,
almost-
when was this?
I almost died when I found out
Thanksgiving break freshman year.
because
Oh, I
the
didn't know
group
you
chat. The group chat that we had was I had it on mute, so I didn't know what happened until I opened it and I just see a picture of Carly's car totaled, and I was like, what did I miss? And then she's like, no, yeah, I'm fine, I just have a scratch. I'm like,
Didn't even have a scratch. Had like
Was-
some like glass in my hair.
I was like, are you kidding me?
You went under a truck?
So like what happened was is also wait, this is a picture of Mike's car. Like he got decked by this truck.
Oh my god!
Like if he had a passenger in the car, like they would have been dead.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez,
So-
Louise.
But how I hydroplaned under the car or under the truck is I was in the left lane, may or may not have been speeding, and
Cannot confirm.
you can confirm it's most definitely speeding. So, drive safe out there, friends. And I'm trying to pass this truck, and it's like pouring rain out. And I started hydroplaning, so I tried to like slow down, but that makes it worse. So I swear, if you're hydroplaning, just don't touch the brakes. Just keep moving forward, I guess, or wherever direction it's taking you. So then it started spinning, and so like the hood of my car, kind of like the top, kind of went under, but then like luckily it bounced off of the car's wheel, so I like kept spinning, and then I went up into like the barrier, which kind of worked out nicely because then I was like a little like as out of the way as you can be when you're broken down in the left lane.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was fine. I can actually find a picture of that too.
Oh, but she was fine. It was fine.
I literally was though.
You were, which was
I went to the gym that night.
thank goodness.
I know my physique needed to be fine.
Oh my god.
I'm kidding. Okay. Let me find it.
I hope you have your scary story ready to go.
I do.
as you
Okay,
should.
good, because I've really been taking up a lot of time by crashing this.
No, you're totally fine.
Yeah, that was my car when I went under the 18-wheeler.
Which I don't understand how, because isn't that your side? Or that's not your side?
Yes, this is my side.
So how did you not get hurt in that? 'Cause
Okay.
it's, okay, for those of you that can't, well, you guys can't see. Basically, on her side, the top part of the car is smushed down. It really is. And she's like, oh, I'm fine.
So what happened was, so after, like, it wasn't like this originally. So I'm up in the barriers and like I'm obviously in like the left lane of like highway traffic, and I'm just like waiting for the police to come because I like called my dad and I was like, hey, like, just so you know, I crashed my car. I'm gonna call the police. And he was like, is everything okay? I was like, yeah, I just like went under an 18-wheeler. He goes, don't tell your mom. And I was like, all right. So then I called the police and I'm like, hi, like I got into a car accident, blah, blah, blah. Like I'm on like this route, like near this exit. So they come, and so the whole time it's like pouring rain. So I'm like waiting in the car, and then they had me drive the car across traffic. Like they stopped like everything so I could like go over to like the exit so we get a tow truck. But then afterwards, because the frame was so dented, it collapsed. Like thinking about it, like I was sitting in that car. Like that easily like could have collapsed on me while I was waiting for the police.
Yeah.
That's
God.
insane.
Yeah, because it like dented the frame. Because I like said to my dad, I was like, she still runs. We can fix it. He goes, the frame is so beyond repair. Like it wouldn't be worth it.
That's insane.
Yeah, that was
Thank
like,
God you're still here and like that
Yeah.
you didn't get hurt.
I
That's
know.
that's unbelievable. Like that's just wow.
yeah.
I can't think of words.
Not to make it like super Jesus-y, but I have like a second class relics. Like a relic is like part of a saint essentially, and then a second class one is like when you touch it to that. So I went to the heart of Saint Pio Pedro. So it's like literally like a heart in a box. It was so cool. And kind of creepy, but cool. And I had rosaries and I like touched it to him, and then I hung them up in my car window. So I'm just saying, like,
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you.
I also have those in my car too.
I think that's wow.
Just feel like on the off chance that it wasn't that, like I don't want to.
No, but that's definitely unbelievable.
Yeah.
and
But
I'm
thanks
really
for letting me
happy.
drop it on your show
No,
and
of
share my not
course,
so
of
spooky
course.
stories.
No, it's that
Terrifying.
that's a terrifying. All of that was terrifying.
So
I mean,
wait, oh my god, I never showed you the clip from my Barbie girl. My dance teacher posted it on her Finsta. That's when you know it was hilarious.
her Finsta.
Her Finsta.
Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Just look at it.
She keeps changing her name. I gotta figure it out. I think it's Elizabeth at it now.
Ooh. Do, 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 do,
I know, I gotta find it. It used to be Lozzie. No, I'm just gonna go to my followers.
Did you turn my mic off for a second? Well, in the meantime, would you like to start sharing your story?
Yeah, I can't find it, but just know that it was great.
If you do find it later in the day, send it on.
Oh,
over.
you know I
I would
will.
love that.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming, Carly.
Listen to my weekly radio show Wednesdays at 11 a.m.
Yes, do that, please.
The
She's
least
great.
religious show.
Yes.
Love
It's-
you all.
It's really awesome. I guest starred on that one as well.
And we got show of the week.
Yeah. Wait, that's the week that you got it?
Yes, when Lisette guest starred on our show. After that, they had voted us best show of the week. But then that following week, when we were supposed to receive our award, I had to cancel to get my laptop fixed at Apple. But yeah.
Well, I feel honored. Well, have a wonderful day, Carly.
Love you guys.
Love
I
you.
love you.
Alrighty. We love Carly. She's great.
Yes.
She's amazing.
She's so
10 out of
cute.
10 person. Highly recommend being friends with her. Love her.
Highly recommend her as a person.
Alrighty. Jenna,
my story?
take it away.
Okay.
Take it away, Betty.
I'm just walking you out at this point.
Okay,
Um,
as you should.
that is the third time you have said that just within this one segment. I'm gonna make it quick because it's already been 18 minutes. 19 minutes. Basically, so the first house that I lived in when I moved onto Staten Island, it was like a ranch styled house. So there was just like the top floor and then like a basement. But at the time the basement wasn't finished, there were just like bookshelves and like things hanging on the wall. And my brother wasn't, I must have been really young. This is a story my mom told me also that happened because my mom was very convinced that this house was haunted. There are also other things, like other reasons she thought it was haunted, but my mother was so convinced that this house was just haunted by spirits after this happened. And my mom's not like one of those crazy, you know.
No, she's not. It takes a lot for her to like
Mhm.
be so keen on believing something. But yeah, continue.
Yeah. So basically what happened one night was it was just my mom, me, and my younger sister in the house, 'cause my dad was like working or something overnight. So it was just the three of us in the house, and the basement door was shut, and it was like an unfinished basement. And all of a sudden, like, she heard it sounded like someone was running around down there. And then out of nowhere, all of the books from the shelves had fallen off the shelves, and everything hanging on the walls had all fallen and hit the floor.
No, thank you.
Yeah, so she heard all of that going on. And then she freaked out and grabbed me and my sister and put us in her room. And we had one of those, do you remember those big, like, punching balloons?
Yeah, there's like
The
a
ones that
rubber
you
band on it,
punch-
and you're
yeah.
like,
You know how those take forever to pop? They just never
yeah,
pop.
they just never pop.
So we had like 3 of them like roaming around upstairs, and like a bunch of other little
Roaming
balloons,
around.
just like bouncing around, just leaving them, letting them be. And all of them had popped at the same time. Yeah, all at the same time. After my mom grabbed me and my sister, put us in her room, and like locked the door. And she called 911 because at first she thought someone was breaking in. She thought someone had broken into the basement. And when they came, the cops came to go into the basement. They looked at everything and they were like, "There's no sign of any entry. There's no way to get down here, unless you were to come through the front door," which it was obvious no one did. And they looked at everything, and every picture that was on the wall had come down, like, and hit the floor, and all of the books from the shelves had just like come out and fallen, like just all over the floor. And it's just such an odd thing, and it was really creepy. And my mom used to also say that when I was younger, I used to say I was like hearing somebody. This sounds really bad because I sound like I was like crazy when I was little, but I wasn't. I appreciate that cough was
I'm
right.
so sorry. I tried to get away from the mic. You realize that now when I started talking. Okay, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. That's really. I would have cried. I would have never wanted to sleep in that house ever again.
I mean, we moved not long after.
Because of that? Or
No.
like.
I mean, also somebody did die in that house. Like the owners before the
Oh.
owners. The owners before the guy who owned it before us. But
Mhm.
no one's really lived in that house for longer than 6 years or something like that, because everyone's kind of gotten like freaked out and left.
I mean, I don't blame them. If all my books just fall off my bookshelf with nobody in the house, just uncalled for,
Yeah,
I'm
she
packing my
was-
stuff and leaving.
She's more freaked out about like all of the balloons, because like the fact that all of the like punching balloons popped at the same time.
That's us.
And the regular balloons, like everything just was like, nope. And it all happened at this like one moment. So it was just odd.
That is really odd.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't like that.
So then she got really into sage.
Mm.
That was how that started.
That's what started it.
I mean, she's always been into like sage and stuff. Just it's like always, it's a part of our culture. But I mean, that was when she started using it like as like a cleansing thing.
Gotcha. Wow, that's a nice little story to end on here for our show. That made me
Uncomfortable.
not uncomfortable.
I later on moved into the basement with my sister, actually, as we got older. The basement was like an apartment. Because it was unfinished when we had it, like when that whole thing happened. Me and my sister renovated the whole place, put like flooring in, and like we painted the walls, and we made our own little apartment. And yeah, we lived down there my mom was always weird about us living down there too. She was like, "I don't want you so far from me." We're literally like, it was a tiny house, and we were right in the basement.
Yeah, I
So we
wouldn't
were like, "What's the big deal if we live in the basement?" And she was like, "I don't like you down there." We didn't understand why until later on when we moved out. She told us that story after she let us move in down there.
Yikes. Well,
But we lived, so it's fine.
thank goodness you don't live in that house anymore, because I would never want to visit you ever again.
Yeah, we're 2 houses later now.
Cool. So that's in the past.
Yeah, that house is also really, really, really old. Like, it was a very, very old house.
Yeah, no, thank you. That's a no from me. But Halloween spirit, I guess.
Yep. I hope everyone has an awesome Halloween.
Be safe,
Please.
please. Have a jolly good time, and enjoy trick-or-treating and
Enjoy.
enjoy trick-or-treating. I guess.
Yeah, that's all for this week. Are you going to be back next week?
Yes, I will be back next week.
Lisette will be here next week.
I will.
For now. We'll see if that changes.
It should not.
Should. Anyway. Yeah, that's all.
Have a wonderful day. Enjoy your time.
Your time.
I don't know, man.